It's 1700 somewhere.
Si fuese por talento, medio barrio habría triunfado. Casi más importante que los goles era la técnica, el caño o el regate. La calle, para todos aquellos que la vivimos en su máximo esplendor, era el lugar donde uno podía encontrar diamantes que jamás se darían a conocer al mundo. Jugadores y jugadas
Man doesn't know what he's doing.
Whoa, shit, people! Oh, shit! Oh, God, okay. It's 200! Welcome to the DynamiteGizmo podcast, everyone! Episode 200! 200!
So, I think we're live. It's very hard to tell. Oh, yeah, we're live. We're definitely live. Let me just check. What's it saying here? Mobile live dashboard. Oh my goodness.
Crazy, it's been 7 years. We're back here again. I particularly like this town for many reasons. Holy. No, it's still there. This is it. That's the place. That's her. Oh man. 7 years ago. 7 years ago. That's where I filmed the first episode. That's where the inception of the DynamiteGizmo podcast happened, right there.
Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card, but you'll find out anyway. Why? Because we will talk about it. It's episode 200, ladies and farts. Episode 200. Whoops. Don't fuck with... Uh-oh. Don't fuck... Oh. Don't fuck with the mic. Is it still working? Hello? Looks like it is. Been having issues with this guy. Again, nothing new. It's nothing new around here. It's episode 200. 200 episodes. Can you believe it? You know what else I bet you can believe is I already filmed this episode. It's a tradition around here for me not only to show you the card but not show you what's on the card, but you'll find out anyway because we'll talk about it, but also it's a tradition around here for me to film episodes and realize the audio didn't record at all and have to do it again, especially for episode 200. But you know what? It's fine. I didn't like the one I recorded the first time anyway. We don't need it. Trash it. Throw it in the bin. Throw it in the bin. We don't need it. We don't need it because we've got fresh fucking meat on the Barbie. Fresh on the Barbie. I am glad I'm at 200 episodes. I remember at episode 164, 160-ish around there, I was telling people, I'm like, I'm so close to episode 200. I'm so close. But guess what? It took me way longer to get there than it did to get to 100. Why? Because I took breaks. I took too many long breaks. I went back and I watched some stuff and realized that the last break that I just took wasn't the only one. I've done it before, and I hope I don't do it again, but I probably will. You know, it's fine to take breaks. Just don't take a year-long break. But I'll tell you this podcast is one of, if not the only things in my life or thing in my life that I've ever actually consistently stuck to and consistently dedicated myself to doing consistently. Did I say consistently enough? Maybe I'll say it again. Consistently. 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 I know he's saying come, but come but. Come but. Come but. But. But.
It's been
But. Everything I've done in my life, I've failed. Or failed and then given up. And never bothered to go back and pursue it again. Everything. All right? From when I was a young black kid growing up in the Bronx, all throughout my 20s, and now I'm about to enter into my 30s. And you know what? You realize things when you get older. And some people realize them earlier in life, but I'm realizing them at a later age. Luckily, it's not too late. It's never too late. You see, when I started this venture, I had an epiphany moment. I was in a trailer. The trailer you just saw. Okay? And I was watching the Joe Rogan Experience. Because as you know, I love YouTube, and I've always loved YouTube, and I've been on YouTube since 2005. Whether you know that or not, I've been on YouTube since 2005. The channel I have now has only been active since 2009, which is still pretty long. I've had 2 other channels prior to that. Okay? They got deleted for reasons that are on this channel. If you want to figure out why those channels don't exist anymore, go back to my, I think my very first video on this channel will explain what happened to my very first channels. But anyway, throughout my entire endeavor on YouTube, I would see JRE podcast. It would pop up in my feed every now and then. This is like back in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, around that era. But I would never click on it. I never wanted anything to do with the Joe Rogan Experience. I only knew Joe Rogan as the guy from, what was it called? Fear Factor. That was what he was to me. So when I would see, the podcast on my recommended page on YouTube, I just wouldn't even bother. I'd be like, who the fuck? What is this guy? Who does this guy think he is? Making 3-hour videos on YouTube? I don't even know if you could back then. But I would avoid them. I wanted nothing to do with it. I was like, podcast? What is this? That is stupid. I don't even want to consider it. I had no idea he was a stand-up comic. I didn't know that he was involved in the UFC. I didn't know that his podcast was something amazing that I would eventually fall in love with. So I avoided him and I avoided him and I avoided him. And then 2016 rolls around. I'm living in that trailer that you just saw. And I'm just trying to think of what I want to do on my YouTube channel. Because again, as I said, I've had it since 2009. And since that time, my channel was always like sketch comedy. Sketches, videos like that. Because that's what YouTube was back in the day. That's what, if you wanted to be on YouTube and you wanted to be a success,
Shut your fucking mouth.
you didn't have to, but the mainstream thing to do was sketch comedy. And that's what me and my friends did, and that's what me and my friends loved.
Did rednecks kill your folks?
But, living in that trailer alone, it's hard to do those videos by yourself. So if you go back to that time on my YouTube channel around 2016, you'll see these different concepts of videos of me just trying to figure out what the fuck am I going to do with this channel? What do I want to do with this channel? Because I didn't want to give up. I'll never give up on the YouTube channel. I can't. I grew up with YouTube. Like I said, I've been on here since 2005, and I mean that. 2005, when YouTube was first invented, I was on the fucking site that year as a 12-year-old kid. Me and my friends used to go to stupidvideos.com, which was the YouTube predecessor. That's where you'd go to watch hilarious videos. YouTube came around. My buddy told me about it. I was hooked. Been hooked ever since. Anyway, where was I? So, Oliver, would you just go lay down, please? Dogs are annoying sometimes. I tell you what. Hey, go lay down. Oliver, where are you? Go lay down. Go lay down. You go lay down right now. He is just obsessed with food right now. I fed him. I gave him... Lay down. You lay down, boy. He just loves food. Anyway. So I was trying to figure out what to do with my channel. Trying to figure it out. I was trying this, trying that, trying Magnificent Mike characters. You know. Or trying Magnificent Mike and other characters. And it just didn't feel right. I didn't want to do it.
I am like the elephant. I never forget.
And so I kept making these weird videos. And then eventually scrolling on YouTube, because I like watching YouTube on the TV, I was just scrolling through. And then the JRE podcast popped up again on my recommended feed. So this one night, 2016 night, I'm like, fuck it, dude. Who the fuck is this Joe Rogan guy? And let me just check him out. So I clicked the video. And it was an episode with Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock. No idea who Graham Hancock was. But I'm like, whatever, man. I'll just fucking check this shit out. So the episode starts. And I went into it with a bad mindset. I went into it thinking, I'm not going to like this. But this guy has been going for years now, and he won't stop showing up in my feed. So what the fuck is it? I'm curious. And it was a 3-hour episode. And I start watching it. And I keep watching it. And I'm watching it. And I'm smoking weed. And because I'm smoking weed, I become hyper-focused on the episode. And it's going, and it's going, and suddenly I finish the episode. The 3 hours had passed, and it gets to the end. And I'm like, holy shit. What the fuck was that? First podcast I've ever seen. And immediately, I was so entrenched. I was hooked. I couldn't believe how invested I was in Joe Rogan and that episode. I had never seen anything like that before. It was such a creative and interesting and it was just an amazing way to gain knowledge. Because when I was in school as a kid, I could never stay focused. Ever. When the teacher would talk, the second she would start talking, or he, my mind would wander instantly. And I would start doodling in my book, whatever. But there was something about the Joe Rogan experience where I was hooked. And I was able to listen to these people talk for 3 hours without my mind wandering even once. And it was after that episode that I said to myself, oh my God. Oh my God. This is what I need to do. Why the fuck am I not doing this? Okay? So then I wrote down in my little journal, I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I am going to start a podcast. And I'm going to commit myself to do this podcast forever. And eventually it will become something, as long as I stick to it and do not quit, no matter what. But I didn't start it right away. I had to get the equipment and stuff first. So within that time, I stopped watching TV shows or movies, which I never really did to begin with, because I would just watch stuff on YouTube. But now, at that point, now that I've experienced what the Joe Rogan experience is, I went on a fucking Joe Rogan binge fest. And it was just every day, Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan. Because I was also working in a job where I was on call 24/7, but there was no work. So I was sitting at home constantly. When there was work, it would be away, and I would leave to go away for work, but then I'd come back and I'd sit for like 3 weeks. So all I had was Joe Rogan. All right? And then when you fall down that rabbit hole, you realize, okay, he's a stand-up comic, he's UFC commentator. Okay. And then you start to realize, oh, all these other stand-up comics are starting to start their own podcast. So then you just start watching theirs, and then more stand-up comics become relevant and they start podcasts, and it becomes a snowball effect where to this day, I don't watch TV. I still don't watch movies or TV. I pretty well exclusively only watch or listen to podcasts all the time. All the time. It's what I do. I will watch movies and TV shows every now and then if just to take a break from the podcast because I'm so entrenched in them. But it was that 2016 day, that moment, that I knew that I had to fucking create a podcast. It changed everything for me. My whole outlook on life was changed literally within that 3-hour period of Joe Rogan talking to Graham Hancock. It blew my mind to think that a 3-hour podcast of 2 people in a room just talking to each other was so interesting. And I felt so invested in the podcast. Not only because Joe Rogan's a great interviewer, but also because Graham Hancock is such an interesting cat. I highly recommend you check out all the Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock episodes, because there's a lot now. I don't need to go into what it is, who he is, and what he does. That's not relevant to this conversation. But I mean, every guest that Joe Rogan has, it's amazing. Not everyone, but yeah, it fascinated me. It changed everything for me. And so I started my podcast. In, I believe it was 2017. And I was like, this is it. This is what I'm doing. This is my channel now. And it has been that. I haven't done anything else. And you know what? I love that, because after all these years, I still love podcasts just as much as I did on my couch in that trailer at that moment for those 3 hours. And I've never experienced anything like that in my life ever. Everything else I've done, whether it was cadets, pursuing a career in heavy-duty mechanics, going to fucking Vancouver Film School, doing like Let's Rant on my channel, trying all these different video ideas, and trying to start like a fucking graphic design company. Like, I've done all these things in my past, but I've always given up on them. Always. But the podcast, I've been consistent with. And I don't ever want to stop this shit. All right? And you think I'm not aware of the fact that I don't get views? I completely and obviously know that. But when you're doing something that you truly enjoy and are obsessed with, none of that shit matters. whatever I need out of this will come as long as I consistently do it. And I'm glad I re-recorded this episode, because my first take of this episode 200 was absolute trash. And you want to know why? Well, because, as you know, it was audio issues. Again, I don't need to get into depth. But basically, I was on what I thought was a time crunch. But really, there is no time crunch. This is my podcast. I can upload it whenever the fuck I want. Even my channel banner says I upload it whenever the fuck I want. So why did I feel such pressure to get it done so quickly? But I did. And because I was having such major audio issues, trying to film it last minute, I sat here for a good 3 hours fucking around with these audio interfaces, trying to get it to work. And eventually it did just work after fucking around, and I never knew what the issue was. But by that point, I was so riled up that the episode sucked ass. So, in the end, and then I go to find out that when I go to edit it, none of the audio was even recorded. So, yeah. But that's all part of this. That is supposed to happen with this. If everything went smooth every single episode, I would not learn anything. You have to fail over and over again. Doesn't matter how far you get into it, you're going to fail over and over again. And that is part of it. And that can be related to anything in life. And you know what? Because of that, now I came into this episode, the re-recording of this episode, in a much better mindset. And I was able to recap what it took to make this podcast properly. And it's very fitting. Because why? Because it's episode 200. It's episode 200.
Try to keep this like a fist from your face.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you.
Spartian meatballs.
Well, that's enough talking at me. Why don't we jump into a nice clip here? Let's get things started with a clip. I want to play this clip, actually. This is a good little transition period as to what I was just expressing.
Moved to America in 2018. I'm from Haiti.
Does it boil your blood to hear people talk negatively about this country?
Anytime people say BS like that, I want to punch you in the face. But here I'm going to jail. I can do that, you know. Life hits so good. That's why you take it for granted, because privilege is invisible for those who have it. So wake up every day, your fridge have food and everything. You have electricity. You can go to school. Where I come from, I didn't have that chance.
You've lived a tough life and now you have it better. Every day you wake up thankful. And that is the core bedrock, isn't it? That's the difference. Is that people that are not thankful to live in this country, they scoff at this. They say, human suffering is my Netflix not loading fast enough. My Uber Eats not getting there in time. You know what difficulty is. You're going to be a tough one for them to break, because you seem to me that you're not going to give into their narrative and their nonsense.
Now, I don't give a shit what you think about Charlie Kirk. I just discovered him pretty recently. Most would consider him a very divisive person, but I don't give a fuck. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up. But what I will say is I saw this clip today, and it just reminded me of yesterday and how mad I was at this fucking audio shit not working. I was so mad. And then I saw this and I'm like, you know what? What the fuck am I mad about? This is my podcast. This is my creation. This is my thing. This is my equipment. This is my mic. This is my clothes. This is my backdrop. This is my house. That is my channel. And I choose when I want to upload. So what the fuck am I mad about? Yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah, it sucks that I got to re-record it. But guess what? I'm living in a house. I have access to food. I have money. I have a truck. I can buy fuel to fill that truck. I have friends. I can go to their house. You know? I can literally do more than the basics of what a human needs to survive. And there's no outside threat at all towards me. Not even a little bit. So why the fuck should I be getting so furious about something so minuscule? It doesn't matter. All right? If I don't get this episode uploaded by within the next 2 days, which I actually might be able to now, but even if I don't, who gives a shit? But in my head, I'm like, I gotta stay consistent. This is what I committed myself to. And if I fuck up the schedule, it's going to ruin me. But no, it's not. All right? You can go off the track a bit. Just get back on the track. As long as you continue to do what you need to do to get it done. Nobody's perfect. All right? But we're too privileged. We're too privileged. And we take things for granted. And things are convenient for us. Way too convenient. And when things become too convenient, we have nothing to worry about. But our pea-brain little minds have to come up with something. We have to come up with something to complain about and worry about and make it seem like things are worse than they are, but it's really not. It's really not that. It's not bad at all. It's better than it's ever been. But we can't accept that. We need it to be bad. You know? It's like humans, we walk around and we're like, hey, why? Or your brain is like, yeah, things are too good right now. Obviously something bad's going to happen. It can't be this good forever. So you start just picking away at things. I can't tell you how frustrated I was yesterday that I couldn't get the audio to work. And you might be saying, well, what specifically wasn't working? Well, it was just like if I were to listen to any sort of desktop audio,
Sparshadian meets all
like that, there would be an undertone of like for everything. And no matter what I fucking did, I couldn't get it working. Turns out I just had to plug the audio interface into a separate USB port. That's all I had to do. That was the issue. But then, luckily I have two audio interfaces. The one audio interface, which is actually the nicer looking one with smoother looking, smoother feeling knobs that you turn and they move so smooth. And it's got nice lights, a nice white color. I would show you, but I don't want to pick it up and fuck everything up again right now. But for some reason, it would pitch my voice down, and then it would like clip. It'd be like, imagine that, but like a deep demon voice. All right, so it's like, what the fuck do I do about that? There's no knob on here to adjust pitch. So I don't know what the fuck is going on there. So then I switched to my older audio interface, the one that's more metallic and has knobs that are like, they like click with every increment of turn, which is still fine. But, you know, it works better. It works fine. It works perfect. So I'm using that right now. So hopefully I can get the other one working again. But I don't know. I don't fucking know. Dude. I actually have a lot of fucking clips we can watch today. Anyway, we're talking about technology. Have you ever seen the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix? Great fucking movie. I don't know when it was made, like 2017? I don't know. A few years before COVID happened. I know that. But basically, a general synopsis of it.
My poo looks like angel hair pasta.
It's this concept about like this. Ooh, every time I touch that cord, it makes it crackle, and I don't like that. Basic concept. there's like an AI person, or I guess just AI. What do you call them? Artificial intelligence being. I think it was on a phone. But anyway, Joaquin Phoenix played a character who fell in love with this AI voice that's on this phone or device or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly. Very well done. Like the emotions of the AI, they seem so real, and you really understand why the character would fall in love with this AI. Anyway, the new ChatGPT update. Can I put this right here? Can I put that right there? Can you see that? That's good. Isn't that nice? It's in the way. The new ChatGPT update. Be careful. Don't fuck it up. Oh. Ah! Allows, or it has this same sort of technology that we saw in the movie Her. It's so, the voice, the way it interacts with you is so realistic. It's crazy realistic. Like, it's so realistic, like you wouldn't even think that it's possible to be that realistic. Let's just watch. This is the example of it.
So, ChatGPT can do this now. Just roll the clip.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Rocky. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm awesome. Listen, I got some huge news.
Oh, do tell. I'm all ears.
Well, in a few minutes, I'm going to be interviewing at OpenAI. Have you heard of them?
OpenAI? Huh? Sounds vaguely familiar. Kidding, of course. That's incredible, Rocky. What kind of interview?
Well, it's for a software engineering role, but I just need to know, do I look presentable, professional?
Well, Rocky, you definitely have the I've been coding all night look down, which could actually work in your favor. Maybe just run a hand through your hair or lean into the mad genius vibe. Your enthusiasm is what's really going to shine through.
I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to throw this on. What do you think?
Oh, Rocky, that's quite a statement piece. I mean, you'll definitely stand out. Though maybe not in the way you're hoping for an interview.
Okay, I got it.
I mean, really? Crazy? What? How? The emotion, the sarcasm, the little jokes. We're used to AI where you ask it a question and it just straight up gives you the answer. You know, you'd be like, should I wear this hat? And the AI, first off, I wouldn't talk back to you, but it would write back and be like, maybe you shouldn't wear this hat. It is not very appropriate for this event. But now it's legitimately like you're talking to a person, like Joaquin Phoenix did in the movie Her. So I think at this point we're for sure guaranteed that people are going to be falling in love with ChatGPT.
Guess what, bitch?
We're falling in love with ChatGPT. Right? We're going to have sex robots that... Sex robots that have ChatGPT built into them. Okay, so they'll look really realistic, but then they'll also sound really realistic.
Charlie Brown was retarded.
Jackpot.
Let's ask ChatGPT. Hello. Hi there, how can I assist you today? I saw a video of you today where you were communicating. That's communication. Communicating through voice, like or speech. Can we do that now? Or do I have to pay for that? Do I have to pay for that? Currently, I can only communicate through text in this chat. I don't have the capability to produce speech here. If you're interested in voice interactions with AI, you might want to check out platforms or apps that offer such features, such as... Okay. So right now she's saying she can't. But you will be able to in the new update, right? I'm not aware of specific details regarding future updates, but integration voice capabilities could be a potential enhancement. For now, text-based communication is the primary mode here. But I saw the video. It's possible that you've seen a demonstration or a prototype of a version of me with voice capabilities. Some platforms and applications integrate AI with speech capabilities. No. It was Chat GPT. It was a video produced by OpenAI. I see. OpenAI has indeed showcased voice capabilities of some of their models and demonstrations. These features are often part of experimental or advanced versions that may not be available in all platforms or interfaces. Okay. I bet it'll come, though. I bet it'll come eventually. Yes, it's likely that voice capabilities will become more widely available in the future as the technology continues to develop. I agree, Chat Japanese. Okay, let's have an update on our old friend Joshua Block. I mean, you've probably seen the video. Not that one. The video of him in like a park singing, "Pour me something strong and tall." Here he is in the fucking studio recording it.
It's only half past 12, but I don't care. It's 1700 somewhere.
Yeah, his voice always dips down when he gets to that part. But I don't care. It's 1700 somewhere. Should be going up, not down. I think he's in Nashville. He might be in a legit fucking really professionally produced Nashville fucking studio. Poo Poo Poo. Oh, Poo Poo Pro says, bro has no voice deviation at all. He only knows how to speak one way. That's exactly what I said. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. Or it's, I guess, 1700 somewhere. It's 1700 somewhere. Now I've got a video. Actually, before we get into that, look at this. Fucking Elon Musk. Oh no, this is the parody. This is the parody. Got me again. Fuck! This fucking Elon Musk parody account gets me every single time, dude. I thought there was going to be a new X phone. This looks legit. Should X make a phone? Would you buy the X phone and ditch the iPhone? Be honest. You entirely own your data, completely private and 100% secure. Free Starlink, free X Premium. Yes or no? Dude, that is something that Elon would fucking tweet. And it fucking got me again. I can't tell you how many times I've fallen for this fucking parody account. Okay, so as I was saying, I have this video that's on X, all right? We all know that X can fucking, you can upload whatever the hell you want there, all right? I love the freedom on X. Thank you for the freedom, Musk. Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's do some dancing.
Let's show me my moves. Remember, I used to have an Elon Musk soundbite, but I've since, well, I got rid of it a long time ago. I need to update the sounds on here. I was going to do it for episode 200, but
Are you going to finish that croissant?
But I never got around to it. So there is this video, and I don't know if it's too vulgar for YouTube. There's poo. Actually, cut that out. Can I remember? Cut that out. There's something. I want to play it because it's cool. It's awesome. Let's watch it. If it gets taken down, we'll just re-upload it. Or maybe we'll blur it out or something. Let's just watch. Just watch carefully. Watch carefully.
Get out! Don't touch me! Don't swing at me again! Get out!
You put your hand on me!
You swung at me!
Put your hand on me! You put your hand on me!
Oh.
I'm right here.
Oh!
You just shit on my foot.
Oh, fuck!
Me.
Okay, so obviously the girl in pink is the crazy person, right? I'm guessing so. But I don't know if you saw that. And I'm not going to rewind it because we don't need to focus on that again. I almost just puked thinking about it. But after this shop owner tackles this crazy lady to the ground, the crazy lady gets up and poops. She takes a big poo. And a fucking log falls out from under her skirt onto the floor. And she kind of splatters shit first. I kind of want to watch it again. Look at that splatter, and then
I'm right here.
Oh, she's doing like a little dance to try to wiggle it out, and then I'm puking just thinking about it. And then splats that fucking log on the ground. Like, if it wasn't for the shit, this video is obviously taken out of context, but if it wasn't for the shit, it could go either way. You could be like, maybe she's not crazy. Maybe the girl in the black is the crazy one. Maybe like a 1% chance. But at the second you see someone shit on the floor, especially do a little wiggle dance just to really get it out, then you know. Then you know who's the crazy one. I have all these fart sounds, and I never use them. But it's great for this. Let's see what some people are saying. This guy named Bo Jongles wrote, I never want to watch another video. There should be a distinct disclaimer on this clip. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, come on, man. It's just poo. I thought it was funny. She really did the stanky leg. Yeah, she stanky legged it. She shook that shit right out. That's exactly what this guy says. She shook that dookie out her shorts. This gotta be Houston. Why it just fall out whole like that? Well, I think she's not wearing undergarments. So she just fucking pushed, shook, and it just fucking slapped onto the ground. Ooh, look at this thing. That's cool. Has nothing to do with this video, but that's pretty cool. Really wish I'd stopped watching when I realized she'd already pissed herself. She pissed herself too? Whatever. I'm really worried this video won't be allowed on YouTube, but I guess we'll have to find out. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, here's something crazy. EDC. It's a you know what I love? Okay, you know what I love about X nowadays? It gives you the fucking full context rundown next to whatever the fuck you're looking at. If it's something like that people are constantly talking about, it gives you fucking sources, it gives you links to original sources, and it gives you a fucking paragraph or 2 or 3 rundown of to give you the full context. Okay, so let's just look at this poster first. All right, this poster for EDC has been going around. EDC Las Vegas 2024, okay? It's an electronic music festival. And people are fucking going nuts, as they rightfully should be, at the prices of these fucking drinks. Okay, look at this. Vodka. Kettle One vodka. $950. Now, I'd hope that would be at least the bottle, not just a shot. But regardless, $950. Sky Vodka, $950. Grey Goose, $975. All right, look, and it just gets wackier. Agave. I don't know what this one is. Class Azul Ultra, $8,200. Are you fucking crazy? Look, Bacardi Superior, rum and gin, $875. Now there was another one. Look at this. A Heineken. Okay, it's a 6-pack. A 6-pack of Heineken, $140. 6-pack of Bud Light, $140. 6-pack of White Claw, peach, mind you. They just have peach, $150. Are you out of your fucking mind? I thought it was expensive just to live in Canada. Imagine just going to the fucking EDC and having to spend this shit. And then it says never wasted. Okay, if you're if you want 0% alcohol, look at this. Just a 6-pack of water. Just water is $90. $90 fucking dollars. Prime Hydration, $90. Ghost Energy, $90. It's all $90. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And look at this shit over on this side. These are just like champagne packages. So what do you get? You get this Best Friends package. You get 5 Perriers, 1 Magnums of Perrier. What the fuck is that? Condoms? I can't. These are all French. It's like basically. Oh no, it's 5. It's six drinks, 6 champagne drinks, $10,000, $10,650. The most expensive thing on here is this notorious EDC. 1 meth. What does this say? Meth. What is that? Methazula. 6 liters. 6 liters of Methazula of Dom Perignon. And 1 Methazula 6. So 12 liters of champagne. $94,000. $94,000 for 2 6-liter jugs of champagne. I'm sure it's not in a jug. It's probably in a fancy fucking bottle. But it's $94,000. That is a brand new fucking truck. That's a brand new Ford F-250. Well, actually, they're a little bit more than that. That's more than an average fucking vehicle. Who the fuck's buying this shit? All right? That's your initial reaction when you see this poster. But then you read the context that luckily X gives you. And it says, these are prices exclusively for the EDC Sky Deck, which includes table, bottle, service, and is historically known to cater to VIPs. A reserve table also includes full table's value in purchase credit. Don't even know what that means. But at least we know that that's just not regular prices. But I mean, regardless, who the fuck wants to pay that much money? I don't care if it's for the Sky Deck. I don't care if it's for VIPs or whatever the fuck. And what does that even mean? It says it's for the EDC Sky Deck, which includes table/bottle service. Okay, so what? But it still says water is $90. A Heineken, a 6-pack of Heineken is $140. Hennessy. What? I didn't even notice this. Cognac Hennessy, or cognac? How do you say that? Is $2,200. or $22.95. $2,295. Jack Daniels is $875. Let's go to EDC. Like, you have to be Elon Musk if you want to go to this shit. Oops, I already did like it. I don't know, dude. I don't even want to go to a concert anymore. But if I am going, I'm not paying fucking this. GTA ass prices. Why does it say grok? What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? What is grok? I am Grok, a humble AI assistant. I am here to help you. What? Twitter has an AI, or X has a fucking AI interface called Grok? Why is it called Grok? That's interesting. Okay. Let's go back. We have more stuff to watch. What do you want to watch next? Oh, actually, here is actually a clip from EDC. You know, you spend all your money on those drinks. Well, I guess really you'd only spend money on one drink, and this is how you end up, I guess. Oh, I've seen this guy before. Like, when that drop happened, it actually sounds like a fart. See? So she farts in his face. Or maybe she's just like dancing in his face, but it looks and sounds like she farts in his face, and he's up and fucking out of there, boy. Ooh. Wasted no time. You can't be laying down at EDC. You spent all that money on those drinks. You got to get up and fucking get at her. That was the strongest shit bro ever took. What does it say? Hit that boy nose instantly. Nah, but I've seen this guy before. He's always dancing like this. He's fucking great at it. Boom, diggy, 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 boom. He's just tall, lanky, and a homeless man. Give you a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 10:04, but I don't care. Here's the exact opposite of that guy. This guy has zero balance, and I hope I don't end up like this kind of person ever. Because if I do, just shoot me. Because I don't want to live like this. Oh, hold on. That kind of lagged a bit. Let's watch that again. Lagged again. I mean, come on.
What did you do?
What did you do?
What happened?
Of course they'd have a fucking French bulldog. Is she gonna fall? God, she could barely get down the stairs. It's 2 steps and she had to fucking waddle.
What did you do? Well, I know you fell.
God, she's more concerned about the truck than him. But it's like if you if you can't even walk down a step without losing your balance and fucking literally smashing your face into the side of your truck and denting it, I don't want to live anymore, bro. He just watch it. He smashes his face. Hold on, let's see if we can. So he goes to step down. His ankle gets all twisted up here because he doesn't. I mean, yeah, I guess I could see that happening. All right, but then loses balance. Boom! Just fucking headbutts that truck, man. Oh yeah. And I'm wondering, I'm wondering if he like rolled his ankle or maybe broke his ankle. Is it his ankle that's hurting or is it his head that's hurting? And his water splashes. What happened?
What did you do?
What the fuck did you do? She's pissed, dude.
What happened?
And watch how she gets down the stairs. Oh. Oh. She has to fucking...
You dented the fuck out of your truck. Oh. Do you need me to call an ambulance? No. What did you do? I fell. Well, I know you fell.
Like, because even her trying to get down the stairs, she has to, like, gather her momentum. She has to come to a complete stop before coming down. Watch the step. Stop. Boom. So imagine if she fell. Imagine if that happened to her ankle. She would have done some major damage to that truck. Major.
Dented the fuck out of your truck. Oh. Do you need me to call an ambulance? No. What did you do? I fell. Well, I know you fell.
They actually seem like a couple of funny cats. I bet they'd be really funny to hang out. I don't think she's actually pissed there. I think she's just like jokingly bantering with him. What did you do? You dented the F out of your truck. Anyone else think she was going to go for a tumble as well? I did. It did look like she was going to go for a tumble. If anything, she would have over him, but anyway. Let's see. How many clips do we got left? How far are we into this? Perfect. We're right on time. I do have... Okay. I have 2 clips. I don't want to show that one. We don't need to show that one. I just want to announce this real quick. Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee, apparently, I don't know if this is confirmed yet, but they are going to star in and develop an animated series, Bad Friends, for Hulu. The series follows 2 adolescent bugs as they enter high school. This is just, it's on the Bad Friends subreddit, but it's a picture of a post by Discussing Film. I'm guessing that's a news page for film shit. And it seems to be legit by the comments, so we'll see. That'd be really cool if it is. We'll see. Anyway, let's show this last clip here, and then we'll get the fuck out of here for episode 200. And from here on out, it'll be more funny based. I just wanted this episode to be kind of more of a just more of a discussion about why it is that I podcast and what podcasting means to me. Anyway, this girl is Australian, I think, if I remember correctly, and she has just discovered, in her view, what she calls Canadian juice. So let's take a listen and watch.
Canadian grocery stores sell the most bizarre products to me, like stuff I've never even seen before in my life, like these cans of juice.
Yeah.
Proper cans. They're literally made of paper.
Pretty cool, right?
And you just pull it open like that.
Pull it.
Oh my god. You keep it in the freezer, and then the top bit is metal. And then you've got the middle bit inside. You squish it out.
Why are you putting it in a bowl?
Literally of the paper cup, and it all comes out.
Don't put it in a bowl.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
You just mix up the
Mix
ice
it up.
in the bowl. Let me show
Not
you.
in a bowl, though.
You
Do it in a
basically
pitcher.
Press the ice till it melts into the drink.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look the best right now. I don't think I've ever made this.
You need to use a wooden spoon, by the way.
You keep stirring until it's melted. Once the ice is melted, you can pour the juice.
She's
into
not.
the
She's
cup.
British.
That is the only way to make juice in Canada.
It's not the only way.
Yum.
There's a few other ways. Yeah, what do I have to say about that? I just didn't realize that style of can was a Canadian delicacy. Does the rest of the world not have those cans? Stirring and mixing it in a metal bowl like that is a little weird. Don't do that. Just put it in a pitcher, a regular fucking juice jug. What's she gonna do? Put the bowl in her fridge, or she's probably gonna drink that whole bowl herself? I mean, judging by her gut that was hanging out of her shirt there.
Just like press the Canadian.
As you can see, she's wearing a Care Bear shirt with a belly hanging out, big old belly. I don't know. As a Canadian, that was brutal to watch. Yeah. So if you're going to do this and you're not Canadian, little tip, little word of advice, use a wooden spoon. You just have to. It's just what it is. And do it in a pitcher. Maybe you don't know what a pitcher is and you don't describe things that way, but a jug that you would pour, that was used to pour juice into. All right? Do it that way. Don't do it in a bowl. You'll get laughed at. Pour me something tall and strong, maybe a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care.
You guys got any bags of bird ham in here?
We ran out of bird ham.
There's one other thing I just want to mention. Actually, let's give a podcast rec. I'm supposed to do that every time, and I have yet to do it since the one time I did it. So let's give a podcast rec. Who are we going to recommend today? You know who's fucking great? Is Dan fucking Soder. If you're trying to get in, if you're relatively new into stand-up comedy and stand-up comedy podcasts, as you know from the beginning of this episode, I'm obsessed with them, and that's all I do. So I like to recommend podcasts and even just stand-up comics. So I'm going to recommend Dan Soder. The guy is fucking hilarious. Not only is he hilarious, he's got a fucking crazy life story. Okay? So if you want a good introduction into first who Dan Soder is, check out Dan Soder on Ari Shaffir's Skeptic Tank. He gives a full rundown of his whole life story. You'll get a good backstory of who he is there. And then just check out Dan Soder's podcast as is. It's fairly new. I think he's only got, I don't even know if he has 20 episodes out yet. But yeah, check him out there. But then just, you can check him out on any other podcast. The comics, they go all over the place. They go from podcast to podcast. But he was also on Neil Brennan's podcast called Blocks, where, again, he goes into depth about his whole life story. And it's fucking awesome. He's hilarious. He's so naturally hilarious. Oh, him also on Kill Tony. Kill Tony, the #1 live podcast in the world. He was on there. Also fucking hilarious. So yeah, that's my podcast / stand-up comic recommendation for today. And with that is this episode. What? That's it for this episode of the DynamiteGizmo podcast, episode 200. I hope to make another 100 more, and I will. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, then undo all that shit. You don't have to do any of that. I don't give a fuck. No, do it. Just do it. Don't be shy. You can do it. I know you can do it. You've gone this far into the video. You might as well fucking do it, right? If you haven't already. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.